Hi, I'm Carla Schaefer, Auntie Speeds designer, and we are going to go over bail basics. The supplies needed for this project are any of the bails that we carry. I'm not going to be able to cover all of the bails that we carry, but just a few uses of some of the ones that I've chosen. Donut bails, pinch bails, and the like. The tools needed for this are very basic. You'll need a pair of chain nose pliers. I'm using a bent nose chain nose plier, also round nose, and in one case of a bail I am going to be wrapping a loop, so a nipper tool and an eye pin will be needed. Okay, the first bail I'm going to demonstrate is a donut bail, and I have taken lots of questions on the donut bails. And what they have are, they'll have two loops and an arm that's going to go through the hole, and then you'll press it together. And I'm actually going to use this one. This is also a donut bail. Okay, you're going to slide it in, and the smaller part's going to go along the back, and then when you press them together, the little holes are going to line up. And then what's going to happen then is that you're going to string through both of these holes, and then you'll have a bail like this for your pendant. In another version of a donut, this isn't a normal donut. The donut hole is at the top, and we have several of these little decorative. We also have plain ones. But again, same thing. This one just happens to have a double loop up here at the top. Again, I'm just going to slide it in, and even though there is a little extra bail hanging out, it is decorative, and there you can do it like this. Another kind of pendant that we carry, we call pinch bails, and these will have two little prongs on the inside, and they come in a variety of sizes and shapes and designs. And again, you just want to gently open the bail so that it'll accommodate your pendant. This pendant is top drilled from front to back, and again, you just slip the pins in the hole. A lot of this you can just do with your fingers. Now some of it, since I want this one to be a little more secure, I'm going to take my pliers, and I'm just going to press those little prongs in a little further, and then again, you've got the bail so you can string through the top of this. This one's a little different. It's also a pinch bail. This one has a little hole in the back of it, and it's got a pin in the front. And what you do with this one is that you're going to push this pin through the back of the hole, and then you're going to mash the pin, and it's going to flatten it out, and it's going to keep it. So this one also I'm going to open up just gently with my pliers. This one's really a little harder. So it's really good for thin. Like, I'm going to put it on the shell pendant. And again, this shell pendant is drilled from at the top, from front to back. And I'm going to slide the pin in the hole. And then I'm going to press this down. I'm going to use my pliers. Careful not to break your pendant, especially these shell ones. And then till I can see the pin come through the hole, and then you're just going to give that little pin a mash it down. And this is going to keep it closed. And now you've got another bail on your pendant. A little more like the Swarovski, and this one's just a little thinner. It's called a pinch bail also, but it's got little prongs. And it is much smaller, a little finer, since this hole is at the very tip of this star. This is a good little bail for this pendant, and you just slip it in there. It's really kind of very lightweight, but for this tiny of a hole and the positioning of it, it's kind of a good place to put it. And again, a lot of times you don't need your tools. You just mash it on there, and then you've got the bail for the star. This type of bail has the loop on the back of it, and it's got a little hook, so it's open, so you can open and close it. And if you have a larger pendant or a charm, in this case it's a charm, and it's got the loop at the top, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, and I'm going to open it like you do a jump ring to the side. Then you slip on your charm or pendant, and then just again slide the pin back, the loop back, and I'm going to close it. And now you've created, out of a charm, you've created a pendant with the bail. As I said, this one has a little loop on the end, and then it has a bigger loop for stringing on the back of it. Another one that is good for Swarovski, this is another type of pinch bail, much like the one I used on the star, but again, some of these pendants that aren't quite so heavy but have the holes at the top. This is another good one, and it's small, and you can just slip it in there, and again just mashing the pins in, and again you've created another bail and pendant without actually having to wire wrap anything, and they have a little nicer look to them. This is a snap bail, and it has a little lever on the back of it, and then the larger side, it just kind of mashes down and snaps back. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take this enamel butterfly, and I'm going to slip the hook. I'm going to mash it down until I can get the little larger flap back over it. This is a cone pinch bail. I really like this, and it's really great for the teardrops, Swarovski teardrops. But this happens to be a fluted design, and it has two flaps here with the pins on it, and then it's got other little flaps here that are just part of the design. And what I'm going to do for the Swarovski teardrop pendant is I'm going to bring the little fluted flaps open a little bit. I'm just going to, just because it needs to be a little wider to accommodate the pendant, and I'm just going to bend them open just slightly, kind of flare them out. And these make really great earrings when you do this, or a pendant. And so the holes of the teardrop are at the top, and then you just want to line them up with the holes in the cone, the prongs. And this one takes a little bit of maneuvering. Just going to take my pliers. And then all you need to do is just close the little prongs into the holes, and then lay the little flaps down as you like. And then you've created a bail for your teardrop. The last one, as I said, that you would need to wire wrap that I'm going to show is this is just a simple pewter bail with the loop on the bottom. And all I'm doing is I'm going to take a charm and put it on the eye pin, and of course you open the eye pin open to the side and slip the charm on, and then close it. You don't have to, but I'm going to add a little bead on the wire. It's going to drop a crystal on there. Then I'm going to start a loop like as if we were making earrings. And then I'm going to slip it onto the loop of the bail. And then we're going to wrap it. And then take the nipper tool, clip it. And now you've created a pendant out of a charm and a simple bail just by wire wrapping it.